Here we go. All right. Okay, for those of you who want to know what just happened, I literally got booted off Facebook Live for playing a song from like the 60s. But anyway, so long story short, that's terrible. Anyway, bad Facebook, bad Facebook. I'm just saying, it's just kind of creepy how they do that. It's like really strange. So I do apologize, but if you want to know what just happened, the song that I played at the beginning, Facebook just sent me a thing saying I illegally advertised a song without paying them for it or permission for it, which is just crazy, crazy. That's one of the reasons, guys, why I always say try to really not build your business around social media. Try to pull people off of social media and build your business that way before they kick me off again. But always watch that because that's crazy. I literally just was playing a random song on there, and they literally just said, hey, listen, copyright infringement, you know what, you have not paid us or have permission to play that song. That's crazy. That's literally crazy. Anyway, that being said, hopefully the people that are doing that don't lose their jobs, considering Facebook's laying off people. Anyway, so let's get into this. We're going to be talking, and that's why, like I said, be careful, be very cautious about running a business that is social media dependent. Because of things like that, you can lose all your stuff in 5 seconds. So really interesting. Anyway, with that being said, most of you saw that. We are super happy. We've had a great time this year. So let's roll into it. 2 things. First thing is, I'm only going to be doing my Facebook Lives every 2 weeks for the rest of the year. Why? We're going to roll back out into every week come the new year. But we are traveling a lot over the next 2 months. I'm doing business planning clinics in the GTA, in BC, in the United States. So I'm everywhere. So realistically, my calendar is crazy. So trying to do them every Monday is going to be very difficult. So we're not here next week, but we're here the week after that. And if you're wondering where I am next week, I'm in the GTA. Pretty much all next week doing business planning sessions for companies and corporations. So it's going to be really exciting. And I want to shout out to Remax Escarpment and Conrad and Lynn and that team because I am very excited. There's nothing I love more than Canadian companies supporting Canadian entrepreneurs. That says a lot about the company that you're with. Okay, so thank you. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there next week. So we're going to talk about what type of mindset is required in this market. Here's the thing. I'm going to roll through this. If there's anything I can tell you about is having the right mindset is critical. I often, I think about that quite a lot, mindset. But here's the thing, we're going to start with some really key points. First thing I'm going to say is that you'll see commonalities. A lot of the clients, like I was saying at the beginning, we have never seen such record-breaking years with a lot of our business clients this year, including now. Most of them are very focused and ready to go. We're not thinking about taking it easy. We're next leveling. And that is one of the secrets to working with me and my clients is that a lot of people start looking at end of the year wrap-ups and things like that. Heck no. What we're looking at is we're crushing it. Okay, we're putting our focus forward, we're working on things, and we're about to explode things, okay? We are seeing opportunity, we are not seeing scarcity. I do not like people who think scarcity mindset. There's no place for them in my circle. Okay, we are going to crush the markets, and we are going to crush it no matter what industry. First thing I always like to say about mindset is allow yourself to dream. Okay, so one of the things about dreaming is it identifies new opportunities. A lot of people think that daydreaming, one of the reasons why I do like to work out by myself quite a bit, it's not that I'm antisocial. That's not it at all. Anybody who knows me knows that that's the first thing from the truth. The reality is I've really learned to love silence because it allows my head to dream bigger. It gives me a moment of silence, okay? And whether you're going for a walk, whether you're going for a swim, whether you're going for a run, whether it's a moment of meditation, dreaming is very important. So it's important that you give yourself that ability to dream. Okay, don't laugh at that. Don't undervalue it. It is critical to everybody who wants to build something bigger in their lives. Give yourself the opportunity to dream. Second thing is that acknowledge and embrace imperfections. Okay, I am so flawed, and my clients are so flawed, and we are all completely we are like a bowl of flawed nuts. Okay, we are just absolutely crazy entrepreneurs, but that's what makes us awesome. If you're always sitting there picking at yourself for the things that you're not good at or the imperfections that you have, I'm just kind of curious, how are you ever going to grow? How are you going to overcome them? But it's a growth mindset that looks at things that are wrong and says, hey, you know what? Things are always going to be wrong. Don't strive for perfection. Always look and embrace your imperfections and acknowledge them. You know what? I have, listen, a long time ago, I was trying to put in these boxes, don't be loud, don't be outgoing, don't be this, don't be that. I get out of those circles fast. Why? Because I know I'm not perfect. You know what? And I know I screw up. And I know I make a lot of mistakes. And I am like terrible at bookkeeping. If you really want to know, I like hate bookkeeping. I'm terrible at it. Literally terrible at it. You want to know how terrible I am? I'm going to show you something. Here's truth exposed. Here's my receipts. They're in a box. That's where my receipts are. I literally throw them in a box because like I can't even stand it. And I have a machine that actually automatically counts them for my bookkeeper. But if you always are picking at yourself and you don't embrace your imperfections, and you're always going to be hiding from the areas that you're weak on. So just embrace them. If you suck at something, you suck at it. You know what? That's the mindset you have to look at. If you're not good at lead generation, that's okay. You know what? Embrace it. Get better at it. Look for growth opportunities around it. But don't pretend that you're good at something or ignore it just because you're looking to be perfect at everything else. Another thing about mindset about, what succeeds in this is try something new. Not every day. I'm not a big believer in try something new every day. Listen, that's a lot of pressure, okay? If I tried something new every day, like literally, I don't even know what would happen. I'd self-combust, and that would be kind of weird. But try something new every day, or every week, I should say, not every day. So if you do that, you're going to have every week, you're going to have over 52 new things. Something that you might be better at is the reason why you want to try new things, okay? So if you've never tried one area of sales, or if you've never tried one different thing, try it out. If you've never tried video, listen, give it a shot. You know what? Try something new one week and see how you like it. Don't hold yourself back from it is the key point, though. Give yourself a chance to try things. Don't be afraid of trying new things. I'm telling you, the one new thing a week that you want to try in your business, okay, you may want to try it personally, like go for a run, do whatever you need to do. But here's the thing. If you try something new every week, again, you're going to uncover some really cool things about yourself. And a lot of our top coaching clients, what they do is they do stick to that. They go outside of the box. Okay, I push them quite aggressively in that area, and then they realize 9 times out of 10, if I say, go do a video, you know what? Oh, I'm going to try. They do it. What ends up happening? Success, love it, amazing at it. You don't know until you get out of your comfort zone, try it. Next thing, be your own cheerleader. Stop looking for other people to cheer you on. Okay, develop habits about encouraging yourself. Okay, have that self-talk that really tells you you're awesome. Okay, there are so many times that has gotten me out of things I can't even tell you. But realistically, don't cut yourself down. What you tell yourself on a consistent basis is what you're going to get. So there's enough people out there who will tell you crappy things about yourself. So make sure that you're on your own cheerleader and you bring yourself up. I don't look for other people to do it for me. My coaches that coach me, they're great at supporting me, but they're also equally great at pushing me. I don't expect them to be my cheerleaders. I expect myself to be my own cheerleader. I don't really care what anybody thinks of me. I don't care about any of the other stuff. I've reached that point in my life where I'm just totally, I don't care anymore. You know what? I do what I want. I say what I want. I'm my own cheerleader. If I can go to sleep at night and the people around me like me, love me, and I'm happy with that, then that's all I need, okay? So cultivate a sense of purpose is the next one, all right? So when you start developing a really strong mindset, you'll have a sense of purpose and it keeps you in momentum. Why are you doing what you're doing? If all you're doing every day is a job and you're not passionate, you have no purpose behind it, figure out a purpose that gets you motivated, gets you to the next point. That's one of the most important things. Now, the next step, engage with new people. Okay, our best mindset coaching clients are always engaging with new people. And the reason why they're doing that is they're trying to get to know new people. And I think it's really interesting. This is a true story, okay? So I run every Sunday morning. And the thing is like, I always look because I see a lot of groups running, right? And again, I've said it quite clearly, I'm a solo person. I don't typically like to join groups, okay? Every now and then I will, but most of the time I like to just disappear in my own world. Well, there's an older man and woman who are in a wheelchair, and they're literally, and Facebook is notifying me, slow down. I am not a robot. Anyway, so the point is that there's an older couple in a wheelchair, and when I talk about engaging new people, is that I would guarantee you that I have a lot of friends who are on that path, and nobody stops and talks to these two people. I see them every weekend. I see them on Saturday mornings when I go out for my ride, and I see them on Sunday mornings when I go out for my run. And every weekend I see these guys, and they're the same place. I stop and I talk to them, and I get to know them. I don't spend a lot of time, but I engage with new people. And the reason why is because they're fascinating. What you can learn from new people is to have conversations, spend time, open your mind up to different things. You know what? If somebody has a radically different opinion than you, open your mind up to it. I recently was blocked and kicked off of somebody I know's Facebook because I didn't agree with the choice of the mayor. I don't agree with the choice of the mayor in our city. And the truth is that it's not a terrible opinion. It's just, I really just don't see it that way. But this person was so adamant that don't even say a word, not a word. They weren't open to an opinion. They weren't open to anything. They were actually quite insulting about it. They were like so hardcore on it. Give them a chance, give them a chance. Why don't you give people and engage? That's the whole point. Engage with people. Listen to new opinions. Open yourself up. You do not have to agree with everybody, but what you can learn is fantastic. My masseuse therapist is absolutely brilliant. And he really, I can't even tell you how brilliant he is, but he specializes in very different medicine and very different techniques and whatnot. And he just is always talking about politics and different medicines and different things and whatever. I just want to hear what he has to say. 80% of the stuff that he says, I think, is absolutely crazy, but 20% gets my head going. And I usually leave there going, great idea, great book. And we actually exchanged emails like here, he was telling me about Japan. Up until last week, I was never thinking of going to Japan. But then he started telling me about all these things that I could see in Japan that are fascinating. I was like, that sounds cool. So open yourself up to that stuff. Next thing, have faith in your own ability. Your mindset has to be, commit to faith in your own ability. Okay, guard against demotivated people or people who are finding scarcity right now. Try to stay away from them, but have faith in your own ability. That is a big key takeaway that I look to a lot. So you have to filter and decide, what criticism is coming from a place of growth and positive mindset. And then what people around you, it's not coming from. Okay, so really look at that. It's very important. Emphasize growth over speed. Okay, a lot of people want to get from A to B. I get phone calls. I think I said this last week. I get about 30 to 60 inquiries every single week about people who want to coach with me. And I'm going, okay, I love that. I'm grateful for it. And I don't want you to stop. I love it. But here's the thing. Emphasize growth over speed. So many people, somebody called me up the other day and said, I want to coach with you, blah, 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 blah. I want to make $500,000 by April because I'm going on, leave or whatever the case is. And I'm like, okay, great. Like, this is record breaking for this individual. But they're like, it's all about the speed. And I'm like, well, how's about the growth? You have to really look at that. Take a chance, hold back a little bit. It's not a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's none of that. It's a process. Don't get discouraged. You have to take time to master stuff. And the investment that you do into taking time, again, growth over speed. The last two is focus on the experience, not the end result. Okay, so there might be activities that you're avoiding or you're not confident at. And the answer is that you don't need to be good at something. Okay, so you don't need to be good at something. Experience it. Look at the end result in something and see, what is this the experience, that I wanted? What about that? Why am I so focused on end results? And then the final thing is take ownership over your attitude. Okay. Sometimes I will go in, I will give you a perfect example. Last Tuesday, I went into my swimming team and I had a shit attitude. I'm not going to lie. Okay. Facebook's going to probably cut me off because I swear. But I had a really bad attitude and I owned that. I cut my swim lessons short. I was in the pool. I left at about, I think, 20, 25 minutes and I just couldn't. I had a really piss poor attitude. So I left the pool. I said to my coach, I said, hey, listen, I don't have a very good attitude today. I can tell my head's not in it. For some reason, my strokes aren't working and I'm getting really kind of snippy. I don't feel good. It just doesn't feel good. And I'm like, what would feel really good? If I buggered off, went to Starbucks, got myself a great Starbucks, went, regrouped, and then started my day, come back fresh on Thursday. And I did. And my coach really respected that. But I took ownership over my attitude. I didn't blame anybody around me. I just, said I'm all about growth mindset. If you're not where you want to be today, you have to own your attitude towards it. Did you take too much? There's the internet. Thank you, Rogers. Anyway, so long story short is that take ownership over your attitude. Okay? If you are looking, again, at where you are today and you're not where you are, you have only one person to blame, and that's yourself. Okay, because what you put in and what you put out are two different things, right? But you can't blame anybody else for it. Your mindset is important and there's nothing wrong with it. Be happy with where you are, take ownership over your attitude. Okay, so those are the key takeaways from our top people that I coach, that I see with positive mindsets and mindsets for growth. Join us in 2 weeks. We're going to be having a very special topic that you're going to like to see. It's going to be awesome. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. We will not be here next week. I will be in Toronto. So we will see you there. Bye, guys.